Worst foods for belly fat. How to reduce visceral fat by avoiding these foods. The top 6 causes of abdominal fat. Visceral fat forms when your liver contains too much fat and there's not enough room for it, so it begins to spill over and wrap itself around your organs. Visceral fat is very dangerous because it impairs the function of your organs, such as your heart, pancreas, intestines, and gallbladder. For example, the more belly fat you have, the greater your risk of developing high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, circulation problems, and a number of cancers. The most common cause of belly fat is a high-carb diet rich in sugar, starch, and fructose. It can also be triggered by inflammatory foods that damage the liver, causing a fat spillover, and by high levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, which produces more visceral and subcutaneous fats around the abdomen. Welcome to the Health Hub, where information meets motivation and wellness, creating more connected health tips to help people on their path to better health. In this video, we are going to talk about the 6 worst foods that produce visceral belly fat so that you may begin avoiding them. I'll also discuss how stress contributes to belly obesity and the steps you may take to remedy this situation. Just a reminder that this video is for educational purposes only. If you have any medical concerns, please consult your doctor. Alcohol is the first thing on my list. If you consume alcoholic beverages on a regular basis, you are much more likely to develop both visceral and subcutaneous fat around your belly. Because alcohol is a solvent, the liver must break it down into small particles in order to detoxify it over time. This strain damages the hepatocytes, which are your liver cells, causing inflammation and lowering your body's ability to metabolize fat and sugar properly, resulting in fatty liver. Alcohol must also be burned off before the liver can burn other fuels. So if you're drinking alcohol and eating fructose sugar and grains, your liver will reach a point where it can no longer process all of this fuel and will begin leaking fluid, making your belly even bigger. If you do not have a protruding belly, you should definitely clean up your diet as this significantly increases your risk of diabetes, heart attacks, and liver cancer. Trans fats come next. The most dangerous foods that contribute to belly fat accumulation are hydrogenated oils such as soybean oil, corn, canola, and cotton seeds, sunflower and margarine oil. These cheap and inexpensive fats are frequently used to cook fast food takeout meals, and they are also found in 80% of packaged foods found in supermarkets. Despite being referred to as vegetable oils, you can find them on the labels. They're actually made from highly processed grains, which involve the use of toxic solvents and chemicals to your liver cells. These oils are also high in omega-6 fatty acids, which cause inflammation throughout your body, causing fat to build up in your liver, which then spills over into your belly. If you want to start avoiding these junk foods and cooking your own healthy meals at home, I recommend using cold-pressed healthy oil alternatives like avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, and grass-fed butter. The third item on the list may surprise you: grains and flour. Starchy foods like bread, cereal, biscuits, pasta, crackers, pastries, and donuts are all high on the glycemic index, which means they quickly turn into sugar called glucose in your blood, and any extra sugar is converted into fat and stored in your fat cells and as visceral fat beneath your body. Whole grains also contain phytic acid, which can inhibit your body's ability to absorb minerals like zirconium. The next item on the list is fructose. Fructose is a kind of sugar found in fruits that accounts for half of table sugar and is also found in agave nectar and high fructose corn syrup. The problem is that your cells do not use fructose as energy in the same way that they would in regular glucose. Instead, fructose is directly broken down in your liver, and because 80% of packaged foods contain high fructose and corn syrup, this overwhelms your liver, causing visceral fat to build up, liver damage, and insulin resistance. Because it is metabolized in the same way as alcohol, fructose has the same damaging effect on your liver as alcohol. If you start reading labels, you'll find it in soda drinks, fruit juices, jams, syrups, sweets, and various types of junk food. High fructose corn syrup is also made from genetically modified corn that has been sprayed with chemical herbicides, so it contains harmful chemicals that further damage your liver and lead to belly fat. You should avoid these foods and instead opt for snacks that contain healthy sweeteners and alternatives, such as erythritol, stevia, and monk fruit. Soy protein is the fifth item on the list. Soy protein isolates are among the worst food additives you could ever ingest. They are highly processed, cheap, GMO-derived plant proteins. Soybeans grown with high levels of glyphosate, a dangerous herbicide that is toxic to the liver, are used to make so-called protein bars, diet shakes, ready-to-eat meals, and even some baby milk formulas. Soy protein isolates are also used in the production of so-called protein bars, diet shakes, ready-to-eat meals, and fake vegetarian meat patties. Soy is one of the primary causes of hormonal abnormalities in both men and women, producing liver inflammation and visceral fat growth. Avoid these highly processed proteins and stick to whole food proteins instead, such as those found in meats, eggs, seafood, and shellfish. Or if you're vegan, water lentils. Last but not least, let us discuss regular and diet soda beverages. I've already mentioned that soda drinks are sweetened with glucose and fructose, which turns into fat around your stomach. But even diet drinks cause you to accumulate fat indirectly because they contain artificial sweeteners such as aspartame and sucralose. These artificial sweeteners can cross the blood-brain barrier, blocking certain neurotransmitters that tell you when you're full. This gives you cravings and makes you feel extremely hungry, which makes you more likely to snack or eat fatty foods. In fact, it has been demonstrated that artificial sweeteners kill the good microorganisms that reside in your stomach. This can lead to liver damage, weight gain, melancholy, and anxiety, so ditch the soda and choose for healthier alternatives. I advocate combining carbonated water with mashed berries and a small amount of stevia to make a healthy soda beverage without sugar or chemicals. Now that you're aware of the foods to avoid if you want to burn or prevent belly fat, it's important to understand how stress can also cause the accumulation of belly fat. When you're anxious, stressed, or fearful, your glands release a hormone called cortisol, also known as the stress hormone. This hormone quickly begins converting proteins in your body into sugar so that you can have a quick burst of energy to run away or fight in an emergency. Historically, this would have been a fear response to fleeing a predator such as a lion or a tiger. But the body isn't designed to experience long-term mental stress that we create for ourselves from relationships, life situations, and financial concerns, for example. If you stay stressed and continue to produce more and more cortisol, your body continues to raise the sugar in your blood, which then triggers another hormone called insulin, which goes into. Hence, if you're eating healthy and still not losing weight, you'll need to find strategies to turn down cortisol and reduce your stress levels. I recommend spending at least 45 minutes a day in nature with plenty of fresh air and sunshine. The oxygen and space will help to relax your nervous system and switch off the fight or flight response that is causing you to gain weight. Also, research indicates that listening to music with a tempo of roughly 60 beats per minute has a calming impact on the body, reducing stress and cortisol levels. I also suggest using online guided meditations that are available for free. Lastly, ensure that you receive at least 8 hours of sleep, as this is probably the greatest approach to manage stress, as your hormones tend to rebalance and reset during sleep. Sleeping also increases glucagon, the hormone that helps you burn more fat. Hopefully this video has answered a couple of questions. This video, as always, is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please give us a like, subscribe, and comment for more health tips.